Okay, Gintama chapter 300, 623 to 627. Attack! Is there no escape? Just such a good moment. When you tell old stories of your heroic exploits, it makes people dislike you, so get other people to tell them. Wow, Atose-san, this way. Sheesh. Leave the rest of the new generation, he says. If that retired old geezer is the one most enjoying going on a rampage, it's really hopeless. No, you were always like that, weren't you? My memories of you are full of you fighting with somebody. Though I didn't lose either, I'd say. But no matter what, you'd always stubbornly bounce back and make enemies of everybody around you, fighting from morning till night. It was like you were greeting people with your fists, you were swinging them around so much. Even back then. So you must be Jirochi, right? I'd heard there was a pretty impressive guy around who protected the peace in the city despite being a Yakuza. You might want to pay a bit more attention to how you discipline your henchmen. If you don't like wiping your little one's ass, then maybe you should be like me and just act on your own. Totally unrestrained boss, man. Sir, we got the wrong people. The ones that were running wild in the shop weren't Chiroches, man. Really? There have been a lot of good-for-nothings falsely using his name to make themselves look good. Unfortunately, I can't say I can recall having any subordinates dumb enough to lay a hand on a respectable woman, or even an unrefined woman like that. What was that? I was thinking it was about time to put an end to those low lives. But I've changed my mind. Today, I feel like going at it with somebody respectable. So how about it? You'd hit and get hit back. And clash. And both get hurt. Otose kinda looks like a younger version of I guess she kinda looks like Otai in some way. But yeah, Jirocho, man. Younger version Jirocho. Looks so cool. It looks so cool. I guess even the older one, but from watching you do those stupid things over and over, I learned. For you men, it was faster to talk with your fists than with your mouths. Rather than exchange words or exchange sake cups. By clashing with your naked souls, there's more you can understand, the more you can connect. So she's finally gonna open up a shop, apparently. Really now? What sort of shop is it? Don't play dumb, Jirocho. She wants to make a shop where Yakuza, police, and people of respectable qualifications can all set aside their titles and just be drinking idiots. That's her dream. The reason everything from her getting a shop to raising the money for it going so smoothly is because you were pulling strings behind the scenes, ain't that right? What? You think we'd do some things as tasteless as butt into somebody's dream? Those are all things you guys did yourselves. Is that right? Okay, I'll go with that then. But don't expect things to go like that anymore. You know, this city, doing things alone with nobody to support you doesn't end well here. Jerocho, don't you think it's about time you and her? Hey, hey, what got into you? Did a mosquito land on my face or something? That's Sugoro, you're the boss in this city. But after all the meddling in the affairs of this city's people you've done, you're trying to get other people to hold on to the woman you're in love with for you. And a scoundrel of all people. Same boss, if you can't make one woman happy. It's cause I thought you were a man who wouldn't go legit or change his way of life for a woman he loves. That I said that, you know. I don't know anything about love. We're just fatally bound with each other. Yeah, well, you know where those sort of relationships end up, being a married couple. And just their story on their own, Otose and this Tatsugoro and Jirocho is already. I feel like it could already be its own show, and it's going. It's definitely a tragic one. And anyhow, and I feel like Jirocho should be the main character in that. But yeah, it's Tatsugoro who's like the one that Otose loves, but he's still in some ways trying to win. It's I feel like there's an anime that's maybe somewhat similar to this kind of story, or maybe just another some kind of story. And anyhow, didn't I say before? I'm the type who's better off alone doing what they want. So in that aspect, since you've got a family, you're used to it, big boss man. Is that how you see it? Apparently, we both know that the other is a coward that can't make a single woman happy. But we also both think that the only one that can support her is the coward standing in front of us. Then this should be quick. If I win, I'm gonna make you sweet talk her and make her yours. That's a good man. But they're pushing each other towards her. But yeah, but they both love her the same way. I guess just goes to show how much also they respect each other, and I guess also wants the best for her. Cause with Jirocho, yeah, he's a thug, and I guess he doesn't want as much as he loves Otose. I don't think he could abandon his position or his group for her, because I guess his men would also uh be affected. I guess it will also somewhat disrupt the peace, because in some way he's also somewhat keeping the peace of Kabukicho. And I guess the only problem with Tatsugoro is that I guess yeah, he's somewhat I guess scared of confessing. But at the same time, I think Jirocho knows who Otose really likes. And I think if Otose feels the same way towards him, I guess he wouldn't really somewhat hesitate, but I guess in some way he might still, because of his position as a thug. I guess with his gang, hey, are we both trying to pawn her off? I don't think either one's gonna be seducing her if she finds out. Though I've gotta say, I'm looking forward to seeing you sweet talk her. Pretty confident, ain't ya? This was settled when we first met. It's from years ago. I'm not gonna lose. There's no in hell I'm gonna lose here. Because I realized, yeah. It's because I was always nearby watching that I knew. Yeah, it's going to show some way or the other who she really is attracted to. Man, but yeah, this is I remember this part. It's kind of bittersweet because he wanted, in some way he wanted to be beaten up. So I guess it's to somewhat escape the pain of knowing that. Yeah, because deep down he's just brokenhearted because he knows who Otosa really loves, and yeah. When she was watching. Man, this was man, this is bringing back flashbacks of the anime. Once you get your shop running, mind if I stop in for a drink? If it's a shop where both yakuza and private detectives can sit together and drink, just idiots, then you'll still let in the man who knocks the daylights out of the man who's in love with the proprietress, right? What are you talking about? Of course I will. You're the biggest idiot in Japan, after all. Every time we clashed, our bond became stronger. Even if one of us was wounded and fell, that bond wouldn't break. Even if one of us was lost and stumbled. Oh, man, the feels. Man, going back to Rakuyo arc again. No, not Rakuyo. Uh, before there was arc, those hands wouldn't let go. And even this moment with Pirako, hey, they have clashed with your naked souls. Yeah. Jirocha, this city's history is the history of your fights. Every time you duke it out, You and them and the city weren't together. We're tied together as one. Every time you were wounded and fell and got back up, the city got bigger. You think by bringing the fight indoors, you can stave off Shinra's group tactics? Dang. You think that's enough to make us fall apart? Japan. Run! After overcoming an enormous number of fights, the city that's been beaten into shape. And yeah. Oh, become a steel city that no one can invade. It's futile. You cannot make Shin's group tactics collapse. Being crafty by trying to chip away at our mobility in making this an indoor battle has actually been to your detriment. I've already taken measures for every direction you can take from here. You're rats in a trap. Now everyone, crush them under your feet. You sure talk a lot, don't you? No goods, rat of Kabukicho. Wow. Let's show him, you bastards. Boss now. Let's show him the power of the king of Kabukicho. 624. The surprise attack is launched. Yeah, man. This was a cool moment. Man. A really clever one where, yeah, they were disguising themselves as one of the Shinras. You bastards. It's your comrades you're looking for. They're catching Z's outside. You gotta watch out. This city ain't got the safest neighborhoods. If you take a nap on the side of the road, you get stripped of everything you've got in not too long. You bastards. Go ahead and talk with those fists to your heart's content. Press down on them. Feet have fingers too. No good, brats. Of Kabukicho. Man, I was worried at this moment that somehow something accidental will happen to Jirocho. Because I guess if anything, this somewhat sets up the perfect moment for, I guess, for him passing the torch to Gintoki for the final time, going back here. So I was somewhat worried that Jirocho might be killed in some way. And yeah, like this one, this was really close. I guess that's the thing with after the Shogun assassination arc. Um it gave me the fear that someone might, the possibility of a character dying in Gintama is not impossible anymore because we've already lost a lot of um great characters and big characters at that. So that's why I always have that moving forward towards Rakuyo and Silver Soul arc. So yeah, I guess three because we also lost Oboro. And I feel like at the same time, Silver Soul arc from the anime, I guess from the last, yeah, they've somewhat already set up about Takasugi's. Yeah, Takasugi's definitely, man, it's just really sad looking back to that, and that's why, yeah, Gintama. I guess that's one of the cool things about that Gintama has done is that the tension that they've set up, even for the even if the tone somewhat shifts towards being happy and then serious and then terrifying is because of that possibility that they've set up. This was a cool moment. Yeah, this moment. I told you our group tactics will not crumble. We each serve the whole. Any of us would gladly sacrifice our single life if it's for the sake of the group. That is how what we are, Shinra are. Shoo. Didn't I tell you? We know how you kill. Damn it. Look at this. Man. I love how detailed that the sword is breaking here. Man. Oh man, this is so cool. We're not alone either. I guess sometimes group tactics ain't half bad. I don't know if I'd just wait a bit longer, we would have had a Ganguro geezer. Shiske ba? Ganguro is a fashion style usually done by young girls where they heavily tan their skin, bleach their hair, and wear heavy makeup. Yeah, usually I think it's blonde, and yeah, I think I've seen a YouTube video about it that there's still some Ganguro girls in Japan, but it's rarely being, I guess, followed anymore as a trend. Because yeah, I guess you really have to also um I guess there's another term for it. They call about it. Forget what's the term. Too bad then. Sotatsu sama. Oh, remember now what's the called of the table. I was trying to remember what's it's called from from when it was at Haruhi Suzumiya, that Dakotatsu. I remember now. You bastards. Gahaha, see that. That's the power of the Dobunezumi group, the unit led by the greatest scoundrel in the universe, Jirocho, and I'm young boss of the Dobunezumi. It's such a long name. Group. The greatest 7-3 ratio in the universe. 7-3 ratio. Kurogoma Takatsu. Who are you calling biggest scoundrel in the universe? It was our young group that robbed out the enemy. The best scoundrels in the universe are the Yorozuya family. Wait, since when are we scoundrels? And anyhow, the young boss, the Dobunezumi group ain't Kacha. No, no. Jirocho said starting now to leave the group to me. What'd you say? Hold on, I didn't hear nothing about this. What's going on here? Jirochon? Who's Jirochon? Do you know how much I've been supporting this group while you were gone, boss? No, even before that, boss, ever since back then. Yeah, it was yes, even in that era when I was sharpened like a knife and hurt anybody I touched. Oh, excuse me. Hey, hold it. Hey, hold it. Damn it. You think you can knock it into somebody and get off with just a agaha? What the hell? I'm Kurogoma, feared throughout the city. Who the hell are you, bro? It's fine and all to rely on your youth and just bite at everything around you. But let me tell you one thing. Do you really need the flashback? Man, this is why I love Gintama. He just rejected his flashback inside the flashback. Yeah, forget this one. Man, the side characters trying to have their own moment by having their flashbacks. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Please don't go altering other people's flashbacks, boss. How can you do that after you just spent the last few weeks doing your... Anyhow, I was so impressed with Boss that I've been following him ever since. And now, just when we got the family back together, are taking back the young boss seat from me. I don't remember saying any of that in the first place. What kind of parent turns their daughter into a scoundrel? Huh? You said you'd at least let me get to be the young boss. I just meant maybe, not that you're in it. Not that you're it now. You did say it. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. No, I didn't. But you really did. Pirako, this is one thing I can't just hand over. If I made you into some crummy role like that wife of mine that left her daughter with me would chew me out. If you're gonna go for anything, go for the top. the group boss. Pero Jirochan will be group president. That was the crummy part. Even that wife of mine would be happy that a woman group boss was born from that house called of scoundrels. Aren't you happy, Katsuo? Now you can have the crummy role of young boss for the rest of your life. Alright. Who the hell said they wanted to be young boss of the Piratin group? Boss, you can only be so much of a stupid dad. What the hell happened? Young lady, when is our Jirochon gonna come back? Kachan, it's not young lady, it's boss lady. Oh, well, guess you'll have to give me 5 of your fingers for penitence, and starting next week, I'll be taking 10 fingers. How many fingers do you think I got? Sheesh, I really should have made you a shish kebab. Even if we chase the Liberation Army out, I don't think this city's gonna be peaceful. Heh. I think this town's gonna quiet down if I drop dead. Because even if I die, you'll still be here, won't you? And even if you drop dead, they'll still be here. There's no way this place is gonna quiet down and be peaceful. It's in all that. It's in all the chaos that shameless idiots can live boldly. But because of that, even in this crazy huge war that could even snuff out a planet. And this is somewhat bittersweet because this is somewhat hinting that, I guess saying that, yeah, Gintoki will eventually grow old and have to die. And the ones who's going to be left behind are, yeah, the next generation of, with Kagura, Shinpachi. Kind of felt, I don't know, kind of felt sad because, yeah, it's bound to happen. But of course, it wouldn't happen in. It's just like I guess, just a thought. But it's never. You were never really going to have that. I guess unless they somewhat maybe maybe made some kind of movie in the future about that. I guess it's possible. That's a possibility. But yeah, it somewhat reminded me of the time when. Yeah, I guess just the characters that you follow. Because I guess eventually they'll make some kind of story way where they'll grow up or become old. Somewhat similar, I guess, with Boruto and also with, I guess, with Kenshin. If you watch the movie, the final movie of Rurouni Kenshin, where you meet Kenshin that have a son and he's also growing sick. So it's somewhat heartbreaking at the same time, but kind of cool as well. Cause yeah, it's just seeing, I guess, a legend, and I guess passing it down to the next generation. The only ones that can run, the only ones that can fight, are those idiots in this chaotic town. Shirocho, it looks like I am gonna not be able to make it back to that city. Sorry. Please tell her to take care of that city for me. Don't go talking crazy. You ain't the type to die from something like this. Stand up. This ain't kind of place you dropped in. We're going back together, Tatsugoro, to our city. Heh. If we keep this up, this slow ass pace will make Otose wait so long. She'll be an old granny by the time we get there. But I guess that's not too bad. What I want to see most right now is the future. Jirocho. Our city. Just what a sort city do you think it's gonna turn into? Guys, what sort of old man and old woman will you be? What kind of new young group will gather together? Who knows, but I can tell you one thing. We'll both become stubborn old men that lecture the youngsters and annoy the hell out of them. That's for sure. I'd really like to see a city like that someday. Yeah, I'm getting chills. Man, that's Goro. A future once seen in a dream. His proud horn has been. Oh yeah, I remember this now. When what's his name? When Hedoro, my neighbor Hedoro. Wait, instead of thinking about gambling as betting money, let's systematically gamble like we were playing a game. Where are you? Where are you going to go? You've broken our laws and abandoned your troop. Where do you intend on living now? Look at what you've done. This blood-stained land tells the tale of your place in the world. Do you, the one said to be the ultimate masterpiece of the Dakini god Igor, the one they called the Horn of God, intend to abandon the battlefield? If you want these horns, I'll give them to you. We've turned more planets than I can count into wastelands. Just how many lives that bloomed on those planets did we pluck? Just like how we Dakini were born to fight and live and fight to live. The lives we plucked must have also been trying to blossom for some reason. It's so obvious yet I took so very long to realize it. Now I want to see what kind of flowers the lives we plucked would bloom into. So it is as the others said. You were possessed by a parasite on planet Kohaku and underwent treatment. I think I heard that it's a parasitic plant that takes root in the brain. That ever since then you've been completely different. I haven't changed. I've bloomed, and so has my flower. Yes, my first horn was lost to that man. That is the legend of how my pride was crushed along with my horn. Before or since I have not felt fear any time but then. As penitence for that broken horn, me and my troop got stronger. Strong enough so we would never lose this pride again. So how did another horn break? How did we once again feel fear? We who created the legends of the Kini on the battlefield. Now, against this monkeys are no, it is not just as the Kini that are afraid. Their boss. Retreat. What the hell are they? Don't let them get away. Are making these famed warrior tribes utterly. The lives we pluck must also have been trying to bloom for some reason. We Dakina were born to fight and fight to live. Then were they born? And what do they live for? Why is it that these earthlings that they weren't born to fight make us afraid? Earthlings, what is that the name of that flower? You finally started to collapse. We've gotten deep into the enemy's formations and their chain of command has been lost. Perhaps being surrounded by enemies, they've remembered fear and lost their footing. They have looks on their faces like they want to get out of here as fast as they can. Still, we're the ones that are surrounded and made foes of the whole universe. Unless we do something about the Liberation Army main unit that's surrounding this city, our situation remains dire. We've broken their front line and forced them to retreat. But if they meet back up with that main unit, yeah, it will be no different than stabbing an elephant with a needle. Well, sure, one needle won't take down an elephant, but we've also got some poison. Then before long, it'll be spreading all around its giant body and the elephant will stop moving. Fear is contagious. If they want out of this town, I say we let them. But, yeah. So let's make sure to slather that poison on. Paco! The customer is going home. Mama Saigo. They had lots of fun with us in this city. Until their asses are completely bald. Let's keep tearing hairs out. Man, such a cool analogy. And I guess also somewhat weird. Yeah, it's just how Gintok is. The vanguard that traded the city is flooding out. This is crazy. The final mercenary unit is running away. It's not just here, it's happening at the west gate. And the south gate too. Sheesh. We've sure taken quite the gamble. We've released the protection of the whole town by letting all the gates open. And now we're making a bid to force out the enemy that's inside in hopes that the Liberation Army main unit gets caught up in that momentum, leading to their retreat as well. Once they see the mercenary units fleeing, brutally beaten, the Liberation Army will probably lose morale. But I'm not sure that massive army will all start feeling that they lose. If that elephant unflinchingly holds its ground, the ants will simply be crushed under its feet. Even a wicked Yakuza like me wouldn't make a crazy bet like this one. We've made a major gamble that we would even make old dotards with long battle histories balls shrivel up. But when the job's something as crazy as saving the entire world, the only one fit for the job is the kinda big enough idiot that'll destroy the world with one wrong move. Somebody that would still want to make that bet. There might be something only a man can like that can grasp. Run, don't stop even your feet even if you die. Keep moving forward until there are no enemies left in front of you. Even if you die pulling back, drop dead facing forward. If we win, the enemy retreats. If we lose, the world ends. Either way, this is the end. So with a clear conscience, you'd better squeeze out everything you've got. Don't let a single piece of flaming trash left. So until you're totally empty, keep running. Yeah, what are you doing? Hey, wait. Stop, you bastards. Shut up. If those mercenaries couldn't beat these guys, how the hell are we supposed to fight them? They've started to collapse now. We just might. Yeah. But still props to him that he was, I guess, yeah, he was still able. I guess he's an experienced fighter, so I guess he could also read the situation. And yeah, this was a really cool moment for him. If you still want to retreat, when I'm more than happy to be your opponent, fight your rank and file small fries. They stopped. With one yell, he kept their morale from collapsing. He painted over their fear with an even greater fear. We are the Dakini. We were born to fight and we fight to live. There's nothing in this world that we fear. And if we're there, we would simply pluck it with our own hands. The life that has bloomed in yet another planet will Hey, you weren't you listening? Anyone that retreats, I'm terribly sorry. When I heard there was a war happening, I started getting everyone to shelter. So I got here late. If only I'd replanted faster. I'm terribly sorry. You were possessed by a parasite and underwent treatment. I think I heard that it's a parasitic plant that takes root in the brain. That ever since then you've been completely different. I haven't changed. I bloom. And so has my flower. You can't it can't be. Hedoro. Yeah. Man, I was so looking forward of him coming. But I guess he's too OP to be a part of the war, so they somewhat included him last. Somebody familiar has appeared. You. That flower. It can't be the parasite para per heaven. It roots itself in Toad's brain and control their thoughts. They say that before long, all that is left in that target's mind is a field full of flowers. That is the parasitic plant of planet Kohaku. Long ago, that man led a horned troop with me in the campaign of crushing a multitude of planets, and that thing that transformed him was I haven't changed. I've bloomed, and so has my flower. You're the one that broke my horn, the one they call the strongest man in the Dakini tribe, Godhorn. Who was it? Who was the one that trampled this flower? Would the guilty party please be honest and raise their hand? I honestly don't have the faintest idea who you are. I'm a humble flower merchant of this town. I love the flowers and leaves that have bloomed on this planet. I am this kind Yorosuya's neighbor Hedoro. The neighbor that always gives a terrifying impression. So I must ask, who was it that stepped on this life of this planet? But I guess Gintoki's instinct about him was correct. That he's definitely terrifying. I still remember that episode where they were invited to his home. How much inflation has there been with Jump? Man, the title. Hedro-san. Kill him. All units, I command you, this man. Break off his god horns. A man that has been bested by a flower and forgotten his ego as well as how to fight. has lost the need for such long horns ago. For horns such horns long ago. My, this is awkward. I did ask for the perpetrators to be honest and raise their hands, but I never expected it to be this many. I was hoping for all of you to say a word of apology to the flower, but we'll be here until sunset like this. However, go. Yeah, yeah. However, even if you can't all apologize, a bop on the head to each of you should about cover it. Now, I'd like to get this over soon, so would you mind all gathering near me? Hey, Doro! He took down that monster in one shot. With one blow, he sent the Liberation's army morale down a bottomless pit. The enemy got instantly consumed with fear. You're scary, Hedoro-san. You're seriously the scariest one out of all these guys. But right now, that fearsomeness is something we can count on. Gin-san, if we're going to launch an assault, now's the... And in Gin's face. Our side's running too. How are we gonna do this if you guys get consumed with fear too? Are you just gonna let our chance to force the enemy to retreat slip away? What chance, even if we drive the Liberation Army away? If that monster flower wills, that'll mean a new Demon King will ascend. This so-called final arc is nothing but a prologue of a story with the jump trademark power inflation bullshit. I'm sick of this. I'm moving to Shonen someday. What are you talking about? Dugu. But yeah. Gintoki-sama, there's no need for alarm. Even if some kind of demon king or man-eater fiend were to appear. Here in Edo, there is the Ketsuno group of Amyoji here to defend against them. Yeah, that would be an interesting fight though. Hedoro versus the Amyoji. Gedomaru, Ketsuana. What are you doing at a place like this? The Ketsuno group is an organization appointed by the Bakufu to protect this country. Did you think we only dealt with Onis and Ayakashi? Ayakashi. Well, that's not the only reason. We're friends, aren't we, Gedomaru? Sorry you were late because Satan had joined forces with the Nurari to start a third demon world war. After all that, we're quite ready now to switch over from occult to sci-fi. That situation actually sounds more crazy. Satan and the Nurari-Hiyon. That sounds bleak. The Nurari-Hiyon is the supreme commander of all yokai from Japanese folklore. Oh, I thought the Nurari-Hiyon anime, because I think I've seen an anime that has like Nurari-Hiyon title or something. Man, she looks much better here. Gedomaru. From this point forward, I am not a Shikigami serving the Kutsuno group. I am everyone's humanity's friend, fighting resolutely alongside them. So, Gintoki-sama, please do away with that unsightly face. We are here with you. Maybe not so much here with you as hunting you. So, if you're still going to retreat. Yeah. Oh, man, this looks so good. I suppose you don't mind being sent to the same place as Satan. Wait, that's the same move the bad guy from last week. Fight, rank, and files. I can tell which one the Shikigami is. What is that? A typical army unit. There are zombies among them. They're headed this way. What is this planet? It's like a breeding ground for monsters. Run! Hold on, we're supposed to be making the enemy retreat, but you're retreating faster than the enemy. Yeah, this was a funny moment where they one passed through the enemy themselves, the Liberation Army. We're overtaking the enemy, yes. We don't want to get left behind. Yes. Why are we being chased? Oh man, this is crazy. It looks like he's going to overtake the monsters in front row. There's nowhere left to run. We've got we got get some sandwich between monsters here. What kind of witch is that? A witch. All right, just get going. Go. Yeah. An illusionary technique. It would take more than what they have in their hands to drive away such a massive force. While empty-handed, they make it seem like they hold something. They are borrowing power from something that does not even exist. That's behavior I would expect from grifters like us. Indeed, we are grifters. Not that I would ever recognize you as an emoji. I'll recognize you as the biggest grifter in this country. For a time like this, that grifting ability may serve somewhat of a purpose. Hit them with everything you've got. Seimei, Doman, hold your ground. If you retreat any further, the whole army will collapse. We've got to stop them here. We have the overwhelming advantage in numbers. Stand firm and surround the enemy. Then push until they're crushed. There should be reinforcements coming right behind us. We just need to hold out until they. Is that them? The reinforcements? Oh yeah, the samurai. This can't be. Who in the world are they? The enemy still had more reinforcements. They shouldn't have had that much manpower left. Hey, look. Over there and there. They just keep coming. They've got insane numbers. I can't believe this. Are we surrounded already? Calm down. There's no way. How can we calm down? From how it looks, our advantage, our numbers is. Then we. Hey, wait. I said to wait, damn it. It's no good. We can't push them back. We did it, finally. The Liberation Army has retreated. Ginchan, we did it, yes. It may just be for a while, for now, but for a little while. Peace will return to Kabuki. Ginchan. You've gone done it. You've gone done it now. Ginchan. At last. At least. Lesson 2627. Peace and destruction are two sides of the same coin. The Liberation Army is collapsing. Man, poor Ginto, he can't even take a break. We won. We did it. We finally did it. Get the Liberation Army to retreat. Ginchan, we did it. Yes. Now peace has been restored to Kabuki. Ginchan? Yorozuya-san, what is it you are doing here? It seems the whole Liberation Army has gone off somewhere. Still, I was quite relieved to see you all safe. I had been worried sick. I thought with Edo being in the state it's in, someone might have gotten hurt. But I had faith that everyone would be alright. After all, mankind is destined to be slaughtered by man. I almost feel bad for you humans. But now you shall begin to know through fear. Would you like to know the details of my horrifying plan? Well, to begin with, Birivich. It's not just flowers and plants. I want to continue to protect the flowers I've found on this planet known as humans. That is my one desire as a florist. Which means that this planet is a flower bed created for the sole purpose of being trampled under my feet. You humans continue to survive simply because I allow it. Him putting the glue. Man, I love Gintoki's reaction here. And you're nothing but pathetic flowers. One flower may not take long to wilt on its own, but as a bouquet, they will not dry out too easily. And as one of the flowers of this planet, I would like to bloom along with everyone else. God, is it gonna stay now? I can't get out my hands off. And when those flowers go into full bloom. Oh God, the flower will be a flower garden of. Yeah. You bastard, what did you do? Can't be that seal, what have you done? It's over, you humans, along with me and the universe itself, are all. Transvestite pub. Happy grand opening. Chris Matsunosuke. And I guess maybe this is another reference to, I guess, a celebrity, or I guess a politician or someone. That was close. A little longer and and all you would have ended. I promise to repay this debt, humans. I will not let you as long as I am here. You will not be allowed to do as you please, Hedora. Ho ho ho, you're wasting your time, Hedoro. Half of the body is already in my hands. Soon this body along with the whole universe will be dyed the color of darkness. Oh god, he's half and half now. I shall protect the earth and all mankind. I shall destroy the earth along with mankind. Ginsa, what are you doing over there? I cannot tell what are you doing exactly, but it looks fun. It sure has been a while, yes, since everyone smiled like this. Peace is really the best, yes. Yeah, it sure is, yeah, and the Yato. Damn, I never thought I'd see the day when the Kabukicho was lit up with moonlight and bonfire instead of neon signs. It's a town that's noisy all year round. Not that I'm complaining, but nights like this are okay once in a while. Still, it's good that the town made it to nighttime at all. Yeah, no, now we need the morning sun to shine on it again, and we'll call it a job well done. Sheesh, who thought that getting tomorrow would be such a big task. Tomorrow always used to come even if we just sat around and did nothing. Now, unless we grab it by the lapels and threaten it, we might not make it through the entrance curtain. They did so well. Is that still not gonna be enough to make it tomorrow? We ain't the ones who ain't got enough. It's just the enemies got too much. We did manage to bring them to a retreat, but we didn't defeat the enemy. We've just eluded them into a temporary loss. We broke through their elites and managed to shave down their foot soldiers' units a bit. But looking the scope of their full force, we've only just put a crack in it. On the other hand, we totally exhausted ourselves taking on a huge army. If that enemy we just sent fleeing in a panic, regroup and attack again, we won't stand a chance. The Bakufu army is pursuing the enemy and trying to hinder the enemy from regrouping. But who can say how long that will last? Unless Sonny's friends up in space can stop the headquarters somehow. Taking tomorrow might be our limit. The limit, eh? Never thought I'd hear whining not coming out of your mouth. Crazy the stuff you'll hear if you live long enough. Did that sound like a whining to you? Man, your hearing sure is shot. Whining isn't such a bad thing, Jirocho. Because the only ones that whine have people they can rely on. You've grown up too, Jirocho. Heh. I'd rather you say I was senile any day of the week. Well, well, well. Us four devils barely ever meet face to face, and we do, it's usually all snarling at each other. But tonight looks like to be a hell of a good time. Sorry, was I interrupting? It's no problem, Saigo. I was just thinking I wouldn't mind having a drink with you too. Anyhow, you two contrarians could never sit quietly at a meeting unless there was an imminent threat of the end of the world. That's why we never have meetings like this anymore. So in a way, I'm almost thankful for the situation we're in. There's been a whole lot we would never seen, and whole lot we would never felt if it weren't for times like this. Cause of that, I think it's made me like humans a bit. It even makes me think that if a night like this were the last night of this life, it wouldn't be so bad. Nah, I still haven't drunk enough. I suppose. Even though we managed to chase the Liberation Army away somehow, the marks they left were big ones. Yes, I can't say I'm too surprised. It feels like a miracle we were able to stave off that massive army at all. Honestly, the very fact that everyone was able to fight with everything looking so bleak is a miracle too. It's not just the people of Kabukicho. People from all over Edo poured everything they had into being whatever help they could be. It's not just the people of Kabukicho. Maybe that's how these miracles happened. Oh, the pandemoniums. Except you've done nothing but seen a nuisance for a while now. You've nothing but been a nuisance for a while now. Pandemoniums are all-purpose snacks that help heal injuries and illnesses as well. Here, have one. Are you listening? Who the hell would want one of those grotesque? I'm sorry, I'm really just being a nuisance, aren't I? I was worried, so I just tagged along. What a bothersome woman I've become. I'm sorry, I won't get in your way anymore. Yes, you are a nuisance if you're going to play with my emotions anymore, and you should stay by my side forever. You are the biggest nuisance here, yes? Shin-chan, Kagura-chan, would you quit it with the straight man act for a bit? It's time to rest. Boss lady, Gedomaru-san and the others have been all sorts of help to bring us to us by bringing relief to everyone who wore themselves out in the battle. They've also said they've still got plenty of fight left in them, and since they only showed up for the end of the battle, they're hoping to get some more screen time. What was that last part? Gedomaru-san and her friends have been taking care of the injured by taking care of food supplies. It looks like they're about to be made into food. Yeah. Seimi-san and his friends are keeping a lookout and guarding over the town. My lookout is scarier. What? Mine is clearly more fearsome. Somebody go be a lookout for that lookout. And Ketsu no Ana is assisting with prayer. Tomorrow's weather will be refreshing and clear. Perfect weather for a war. Don't try to cause a battle. If everyone's doing all they can to help right now, then what we need you guys to do right now is rest. You've all worked hard. Now's the time to just rest and not think about anything. But I'm anxious that the enemy could come back at any time. It's okay, we're here. So make sure to eat lots of food and get lots of rest. Sister, that's not sleeping. You're finishing them off. And then if you're just going to sleep like that, how about we try just shoving pandemoniums in their mouth? Hey, why are dangerous people like this in charge of the food distribution? Isn't there any better food around? So you finally confessed. Honestly, I knew you how you felt about me, Shinpachi-kun. I just pretended not to understand, knowing we could never be together. I guess I'll confess too then. I've always wanted to be eaten by Shinpachi-kun. Bye-bye, my love. Shinpachi, you should seriously, you seriously should take a rest. Bring me that pandemonium this instant. I see. Then I think I'll accept that kind offer and take a rest. I'm dead tired after that whole bat. Oh man, I finally made it back to you. Man, yeah, this is such a nice condo moment where he got to be cool for, and yeah, I'm home, Matai-san. Oh, welcome back, Kondo-san. When I forgot, again, I fall to the troll again, all over again, man. I forgot, man. Man, how come I forgot this moment? Otai-san, Kondo-san. What are you calling it? Man, I'm about to cry again, man. Then, yeah, this moment, I forgot about this. Goha. Otai-san, no matter how you feel, this is just too intense. Come on now. Let go of pandemoniums. What is this hellscape I'm looking at? It seems pandemonium's hallucinogenic effects are working too well. Hey, what's going on here? He said with the world ending and everything, he might have a shot. But it looks like everything is the same as it's always been. What do you mean, Hijikata-san? That's what Kondo-san wanted. He's always been fine with that sort of thing. Yeah. You come back just when the world looks like it's about to end. You police never do change. Unfortunately, the police don't have a duty to save the world, but they've still managed to keep themselves busy. By the looks of it, anyhow. I can't say for sure about the world, but it looks like you did at least manage to protect your home, didn't you? Though it's a pretty blunt city, with no I'm homes or welcome backs. It's not welcome back, but maybe lend an ear to something a bit different. Job well done, everyone. Wrong one, boss lady. Man. That's, man. Another nice read through, and man, man, this moment I totally forgot. I was about to cry, man, because yeah, this condo moment is something he has definitely earned. And I just ship them so much, Kondo and Notae, especially I guess after the Shogun assassination arc. Man, that was such a good moment when he was invited in, then they ate dinner or something, and yeah, and he was still trying to act like the same Kondo, being weird, but Notae was, yeah, man. I really miss Kondo so much. And yeah, I guess what else? Yeah, Hedoro. I still remember that moment. With Hedoro. And I guess my favorites in this read through is still the flashback with Jorocho, and yeah, with Tatsugoro, and with Otose. Still a really nice moment. And I really love it whenever they go back to it. And I even got chills again. Just I guess when Tatsugoro appeared here. Guess the same way when I first saw it in the anime. So yeah, just goes to show how good the storytelling in Gintama is, and I guess the characters, and of course the meta, they're still there. So yeah, it's nice to be able to go back through this again. And yeah, let me know anything you'd like to share. Maybe things that might be different in the anime. Because I think yeah, that's one of the things that would definitely be I wouldn't know. I guess I still haven't noticed that much. Um, there's still very little. To almost it's almost exactly the same as the anime. So yeah, I guess the only difference would be I guess the voice actors. The soundtrack was also really good. So yeah, so that's pretty much it with this read through. Let me know what you think about it. And if you did enjoy the reaction, I mean the read through, leave a like and subscribe for updates. And also, if you want to watch my read through and the next chapters is available for early access, just check out the link in the description down below, and it will really help support this channel. And I also would like to thank my patrons for supporting this channel. And thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Goodbye.